Days gone by to the life that used to be at the shrine of friendship. Never say die. Let the wine of friendship never run dry. Drink with me.
Somewhere along the line, you're going to touch Bill Collins, and Bill Collins is going to touch you.
People will remember him in their own different ways, you know. So, but as far as I'm concerned, it was, you know, as I said, you know, his, you know, race calling was absolutely superb, and most probably, you know, the best we've seen or may ever see.
Well, they described Bill as the accurate one. He had a great speaking voice. He was very accurate, and I always considered him one of the best, if not the best in the world.
Light fingers goes to Zima. They hit the line locked together. Dead heat. A dead heat in the Melbourne Cup.
There's a grief that can't be spoken. There's a pain goes on and on. Empty chairs at empty tables. Now my friends are dead and gone.
Loyalty, inspiration, great mate, just a hero, someone I admired for the last 3 decades.
He was very giving to all the broadcasters, and he's left an enormous legacy to the broadcasting field here in Australia. He has set the benchmark, and it's that benchmark that we now aspire. So he's left a lot for us.
Even when he was wrong, he was accurate. I recall his famous Cox Plate broadcast where he said Kingston Town couldn't win. Well, I was allowed the luxury on that day to watch Kingston Town very closely, and I assure you he couldn't win, yet the horse did. But there again, nothing can make a man look a bigger fool than a racehorse, and Kingston Town went out on that course with Bill Collins. But then, of course, nobody could make Bill Collins look a fool because he was too much of a professional and had too much dignity.
One day at Moonee Valley, when there was a horse called Kingston Town, it wasn't me, but some mug at the back of the box sung out, Kingston Town can't win.
On the turn, 500 out, Fearless Pride and My Axeman together, a length and a half Lawman, Kingston Town can't win. Then LA Bajou and the 3-year-old Grosvenor running on. My Axeman took the lead from Fearless Pride. Grosvenor coming down the outside is after them. My Axeman in front. Grosvenor and Kingston Town flashing. He might win yet, the champ. Grosvenor took the lead. Oh, Kingston Town swamping them. What a run. Kingston Town wins to the next and Grosvenor.
I would hope that they'd remember him by the brilliance of his calls rather than the one mistake that got publicity.
So good as to be peerless. So good as to transcend racing itself. So good he took racing to all the people.
Many functions I've been to where he was the compere, and going right, and I used to watch him on television, of course, in Sunny Side Up, and I used to love him singing the Bing Crosby number, I'm No Millionaire, because he really did it so well, and it just suited Bill.
I think the young generation of today are going to miss out on truly a great man, a man that just made himself open and available to help people like myself when I first came into the media, to just help them through those important few hours, days, weeks, months, and he was always there for you. He was just truly, Australia has lost truly a great man. I've lost a great friend, and Australia's lost a great man.
And let me quote from the Sunday Age this morning, because Les Carline does say it best. He had the gift, Bill. For the rest of our lives, some of us will hear him calling races in our minds, which means he'll be immortal too. Well, I started off as a race caller. I'll always be a race caller, and Les said it perfectly, because I've had Bill in my mind most of my life listening to those calls. Wayne Wilson is working as a race caller very successfully in Queensland. Wayne, he meant a lot to us, didn't he?
Yes, he certainly did, Bruce. He was a great man, a great race caller. Roy Higgins summed it up very nicely there. He said, at some stage throughout your life, Bill Collins touched you, and that he did. Brilliant race caller. We'll miss him.
Life goes on, and so do races, and Bill would appreciate a good one winning. We saw that happen yesterday at Eagle Farm. 3 big races, and I think 3 very satisfactory results, starting with Dane Ripper.
Yes, well, Dane Ripper's performance was a beauty, the Stradbroke winner, but a 3-year-old filly with 57 kilos on her back. Not easy, taking on quality mares, and she was up against a beauty in Amber over the final 200 metres of the race, and it was a soul-stirring struggle, and I personally got a great thrill out of seeing Darren Beedman and Mick Dittman together, fighting it out, and Darren jumped off Dane Ripper after the race, and he said, well, what a battle that was, the master and the pupil. I don't know who he was referring to as the master, but I would suggest his modesty would indicate Mick Dittman.
Yeah, look, it was a terrific race. Let's go to the closing stages.
Quizas is just behind her. Aphasia getting into the clear, and Dane Ripper's getting a run on the inside if she's good enough. Direct attack in front, 350 metres to go. Dane Ripper's up on the inside. Aphasia out wide. Timeless wins. Amber coming through in the centre with a strong run, and Monica down the outside. Dane Ripper and Amber, they're going to fight it out. Dane Ripper the inside, Amber the outside. Both jockeys go for the whips. Beedman, Dittman, and it's Amber and Dane Ripper. They hit the line. Dane Ripper kicked on the inside, and she's won it.
Great call, Wayne, and terrific race. Bart's had 3 excellent fillies, Dashing Eagle, Denendri and Dane Ripper this year, all at Group 1. Where's her future, do you think?
Well, I think initially they were thinking of retiring her and sending her to Thunder Gulch, but after her form here in Brisbane as a Stradbroke winner and a Group 3 winner yesterday, Bart's going to talk the connections into continuing on with her racing career, and I think she'll head to the Epsom in Sydney. 1,600 metres in Epsom seems an ideal race to me, Bruce.
Yeah, perfect. Tattersalls Cup, Sapio, very impressive, as he was in the Doomben Cup a couple of starts ago. Let's have a look and see his win, Wayne.
Delta Dancers on the inside of Reasons, heading for the judge now, 400 metres to go. Sapio went clear, a length in front of Private Label. Royal Centurex, she's up to 3rd on the outside, but she's under pressure. Reasons is running on, Praise Indeed down the outside. Sapio got away from them. Sapio under the big weight at the 200 is clear. He's 2 lengths in front. Reasons, Royal Centurex trying hard, then Private Label. But Sapio, he's got them beaten, Sapio, and kept going with the whip. He's going to win the money. Sapio first, Reasons second, Private Label third.
What do you make of him, Wayne? He's a pretty solid horse, isn't he?
Yes, he's had a wonderful carnival here. Brave ride by York yesterday with a 60.5. He didn't want to get him back in the field. He wanted to give him plenty of room. He dashed quickly on the home turn. Connections are indicating now that they're after an invitation to go to Hong Kong in December rather than try Melbourne. They seem to think with the weight that he's likely to get in Melbourne and the prospect of a hard track down there, that might not suit him. So I think they're headed north, heading up to the Northern Hemisphere, and will run in Hong Kong if they can get that invitation.
Well, there's big money there, and horses like Royal Snack have been very competitive in the past, so why shouldn't Sapio be?
Yeah, I think he's just that one level above your good handicapper now because he proved himself at weight for age in the Doomben Cup, Bruce.
Gee, the Mercedes was a good race. It's a pretty good horse, this Blazing Reality, isn't he?
It was a good race, won by a really good horse, Blazing Reality. He stumbled out of the gates, got lost on the rain-affected going, even though he's got a very good wet track record. Damien said he wasn't comfortable in it. Once he got him to the outside in the straight, boy, oh boy, he picked up.
He sure did. Let's have a look at Notoire leads into the straight, but the horse out wide is the one to watch. And Wayne gets a bit excited in this. I think he thinks the Chief is going to win at one stage.
Blazing Reality giving them a mile start as they straighten up, and back last Blazing Steel. Notoire is the leader. They're in the straight now, 350 metres to go. Notoire ridden along, got away from them, 2 lengths in front. Chief De Beers is up to second on the outside, coming after Notoire. Rancho's Coup is running on as well, and then Sir Tat. Blazing Reality right down the outside, Notoire in front. Here comes the Chief. The Chief is coming after him, and Blazing Reality. Blazing Reality is flying on the outside. Chief De Beers, Blazing Reality. Blazing Reality on the outside fence has got up to win it.
So, Wayne, how would you compare him with maybe Accomplice, who's done so much more, I guess, with his Group 1 wins? This horse at the same age.
Yeah, I wouldn't think he's quite up to Accomplice, but a horse who created an impression here last year, Ken Grande, won the Lightning and he won the Mercedes-Benz. I'd say he's as good as, probably a little bit better than Ken Grande. Now, Ken Grande didn't really go on. I think this horse has a real opportunity to go on and prove himself. He's a young, improving 3-year-old, 57 kilos on his back yesterday. He'll be better for the experience of Queensland. Look out for him in the spring. I think he's a top-line sprinter.
And one without notice. I often ask you this at the end of the big carnivals. Which is the horse, do you reckon, that... You've been good with this, Paris Lane 1 year. Which is the one? Who's the one to follow?
Yippee-I-O. He's my horse, Yippee-I-O.
I thought he might be.
I think he'll be winning a Melbourne Cup this year, Bruce.
You're a good judge, Wayne. Thanks very much.
Good on you, Bruce. Thank you.
You too, mate. You've done a great job during the Winter Carnival. We'll take a break. More to come after this.
Where you